Our next story, also festive, Christmas ornaments. They carry history with them, a family milestone, a memory, and that is especially true for the annual White House Christmas ornament, which honors past presidents typically in each given year. This year's version, a gingerbread White House, is inspired by Richard Nixon's presidency. Ed O'Keefe looks inside this long holiday tradition and the family business that creates every single ornament.
Just like some people always make sure to get the gas station toy truck or the holiday Barbie.
And the warmth of holiday cheer fills us with joy.
Many families add the White House ornament to their holiday wish list each year.
I got one for myself, I got one for my mom.
Even the first families display them at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But the ornament gets its start about 400 miles away at Kmart in Lincoln, Rhode Island. Here, the ornament is as much a Christmas tradition as the tree itself.
It's really like we're in Santa's workshop.
It really is. It's workmanship. It's craftsmanship.
Dave Marquis and David Beaupre run the company that's been making the ornament since its inception in 1981.
It's been so part of our DNA for so long, 42 years. We've been running this annual ornament program, so it's part of who we are.
David's father, Richard Beaupre, a chemist and inventor, started the metal etching business more than 4 decades ago. Not long after, the opportunity of a lifetime. First Lady Nancy Reagan wanted to make a White House Christmas ornament as a keepsake. Kmart took on the task. Collaborating with the White House Historical Association, Kmart has worked through 42 ornaments, usually honoring presidents, but occasionally marking other important moments in White House history.
These ornaments allow us to unpack that history year by year, and we tell something about that presidency, not politics or policy.
It's about educating the public, and it's about restoring the house.
Restoration, paid for from proceeds from an ornament that's completely hand-assembled and American-made.
As you see this big push to bring it all back into the United States.
Yes.
For you guys, it never left.
No, never will.
It's a culture David's dad built, and that continues today with longtime employees of the family business, including Kim Fife. She's been with Kmart since 1986 and now leads the design team.
That's the fun thing, is finding something that people don't know.
Kim does most of her own research, seeking out lesser-known stories about presidents and Christmas. She visits presidential libraries and historic sites to scour old records, photographs, and books.
So in essence, you're one of the foremost experts on White House Christmas history.
I don't know if I would say that, but I try.
This year, the team settled on a gingerbread White House in tribute to Pat Nixon, the First Lady to display the now iconic gingerbread house as part of the White House decorations. Once the design is confirmed, workers start carefully building handmade treasures piece by piece.
In essence, you're kind of making Christmas for everybody.
Yeah.
It has to give you a sense of pride that every time you see it that
Every single
we're
day.
helping do that.
Every single day.
Stuart McLaurin is president of the White House Historical Association, a nonpartisan, privately funded group that helps restore and preserve the famous address. They try to teach presidential history through each ornament.
President Eisenhower was the first American president to use a helicopter for presidential travel, and this is a replica of the model of his helicopter.
The first year, they sold only a few thousand ornaments, but that number has now ballooned to hundreds of thousands.
It's a labor of love, really, for those of us who invest in this and try to come up with something unique and creative.
This year, they added the scent of gingerbread infused into the Nixon recipe included with the ornament.
Take a whiff, it's gingerbread.
It's those kinds of details that had people ginger snapping them up at the National Christmas Tree.
It's the first one I've had, but I'm sure I'll start a little collection.
Families around the country collecting White House holiday keepsakes while doing their part to keep the house intact and passing along this little labor of love to those they love.
Merry Christmas.
Next year's design honors former President Gerald Ford. It will be unveiled on President's Day in February at the Gerald Ford Library, and that's when next year's ornament goes on sale. Here's another look at this year's. It does indeed smell like gingerbread. It's the gingerbread recipe. So you get a little scent, you get a little ornament. All the proceeds, most of the proceeds go to help, again, restore the home. None of it goes to presidents themselves, but to restoring the White House, of course, America's home, Nate. So if you're looking for a last-minute gift, you want to plan ahead to next year, the White House ornament's an option.
You hang it from the car window.
That's right, Ed. I just love how you gingerly walk us through every story. Well done, my brother.